Hey there, folks. SC Countryman here. I wanted to take a second and describe my magic system in Sanzensekai. So the three main aspects of my magic system are Chi, Ki, and Shin. Now, Chi, you might be thinking of, well, that's the same thing as Ki. And no, not the way I'm using it. So Chi, in the Chinese sense, is the same thing, spelled QI in most romanizations to the Japanese KI. What I'm using for Chi is the kanji for blood. And it also is the last syllable of Inochi. Now, those two don't use the same kanji, by the way. But that is the idea, is that blood is life, and thus life force. So that is where Chi comes into play. Now, there's no health bar, there's no bar of Chi, there's no, oh, you can take bullets until your HP runs out. It doesn't operate like that. But it does have a very unique quirk about it that you'll see when you read the fiction. The next energy is Ki. Now, Ki is in pretty much anything from Dragon Ball to maybe not specifically stated, but basically an avatar as well, and so many others. It is the oftentimes supernatural ability. It is our physical force made into energy. At the end of the day, though, it's always energy. And then there is Shin. Now, Shin is short for Shin Ki. Shin is the kanji for mind. Ki, again, is energy. So it is the energy of the mind. This would be my equivalent to mana or magic. But in esoteric Buddhism, wasn't so much thought of as magic in the way sorcery used the same kind of magic. Which that'll be a fun little East versus West thing that I'll be incorporating in a later novel within the series. But for right now, just understand that Shin is essentially the MP of my universe, and it is the mental acuity, the mental energy that people are able to put into spells, or in my character's case, mudras. And a final note with all of these things, everything that I do, so I don't have stat sheets, I don't have character sheets, I'm not sitting there saying their strength is X amount, their KI value is Y amount, or anything like that. I think I just said KI. Sorry, I have to do that on a regular basis to make sure that my speech to text actually puts the same thing, because if I just say key, I'm going to end up with car keys throughout my entire manuscript, and it's a nightmare. So I do apologize for that. Key. So, yeah, I don't actually sit there saying, oh, my character has 1,000 key. It's not anything like that. What I actually do on the back end is decide a specific feat that they're capable of doing, and then I convert that into megawatts, or megajoules, or joules, or watts, depending on how large that feat is. And I decide, okay, that is the limit of their power. And then I take that energy and convert it to Newton's explosive force, kinetic force, what have you, to determine what they're actually capable of doing while still at that level of power. And then, of course, I put them through hell to increase that level of power. And that's what I'm trying to say is you basically can reverse engineer every single feat that the characters perform to find out maybe, okay, what is their energy output? What maybe is their energy capacity? Certain things I've kept purposely ambiguous, and then other things I'm a little bit more overt with. But essentially, you could plug in a feat that they perform and find out the explosive force required to perform that feat, which would then give you their final electrical output power. Joules, watts, what have you, because it's joules converting to watts is done through pressure and amperage. But you get the idea, hopefully. Anyway, that is the basics of the magic system in a nutshell. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more.